This week for science, we are going to be working with a Science Spin Scholastic article, and it is called Super Ants. They are strong, they are fast, they can talk. What? Is that true? So we are going to be looking today at the article. We're going to read it, and we're going to identify different text features of the article. Text features are things that can help us to understand what is going on in an article or a story. They tell us about what we are learning about. So the first text feature that we can talk about for this article is the title. The title of this text or article is Super Ants, and the title of an article tells us what we're going to be reading about. So we are going to be reading about ants. The heading on this page says, "An ant can do that." A heading of a page tells us what we're going to read about on the page. An ant can do that. So we are going to be reading about things that ants can do. That's what the heading tells us. Now these down here that are different colors, ants are strong, ants are fast, ants work together, and ants talk by smell. These are called subheadings. So this subheading right here, ants are strong, tells us that this little part right here, we're going to read about ants being strong. This that says ants are fast, this subheading tells us right here, we're going to read about ants being fast. Ants work together is another subheading, which tells us we're going to read about ants working together. And ants talk by smell is the last subheading, and that tells us we are going to learn how they talk by smell. So let's go ahead and read this page. An ant can do that. Ants are strong. Can you lift something big? Ants can do that. This kind of ant can carry a flower. That is big for an ant. It can carry a leaf. It carries things in its mouth. This ant can even carry other ants. Do you see the ants riding on the flower in this photo? This is a leaf cutter ant, and you can see the ant on the bottom carrying the flower with more ants on top of it. They are very strong. Ants are fast. Can you close your jaws fast? Ants can do that. This ant has the fastest jaws in the world. It catches food with its jaws. They snap shut. They can trap a fly for dinner. The fly cannot get away. It is too slow. Sorry, fly. This are the ant's jaws. Here's the ant's jaws, and this is a label, a picture of an ant with a label. So we call this text feature a picture and a label, and it tells you more about what you're learning about. So it shows us up close, here's the jaws that they use to snap shut and catch their food. Trap draw ant. That's what this ant is called. Ants work together. Can you make a bridge with your friends? Ants can do that. They march through the jungle. They come to a place they can't cross. No problem. They make a bridge with their bodies. They get across. Then they keep marching. These are called army ants. Ants talk by smell. Can you say hello? Ants can do that. They use a special liquid. It comes out of their bodies. This liquid has a smell. Other ants can smell it. They use their antennas to smell it. The smell means hello. And here's another picture with a label, and it's showing us up close that these are their antennae that they use to help them to smell and communicate. Look closer. Is an ant an insect? Read about the parts of an insect and then you decide. Insects have 2 antennas, 3 body parts, and 6 legs. Can you find these parts on an ant? Is it an insect? So here's their 2 antennas. It shows this picture with label, or this diagram shows antennas are pink, so there's 2 of them. It shows their legs are orange, so let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 legs. So we see 2 antennas and we see 6 legs. Let's see if this ant has 3 body parts. The body parts are blue. 1, 2, 3. This is an insect. On the last page, it just shows a little article, a little activity you can do for the article. It says, this page is interactive. Fill in the answers to show what you know. Parts of an anthill. Some ants dig a home in the dirt. The worker ants dig. They also bring food to the queen, and the queen lays eggs. So it shows, this is a picture with labels, and it shows different parts of an ant's nest. It's pretty cool, or an anthill. So here's the door where they get in. This is a worker ant. So all these little ants carrying things are worker ants. This is the food room, and these ants eat seeds. So here's the seeds. This is the queen ant and her eggs. And this is the nursery where baby ants stay as white as start as white larvae. So the baby ants start as little white larvae and they stay in the nursery. And it's a little activity which we can't actually do because you guys don't have a copy of this at home, but it says put an X on the queen, put a check on the eggs, and put a smiley on the worker ant. So here's the queen, so we put an X, X. Put a check on the eggs. Here are the eggs. Check. And put a smiley on the worker ant. Here's the worker ant, so we could pretend to put a smiley. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about ants today. And let's go over our text features one more time because you guys are going to do an activity to tell me about the text features we learned about. Okay, so here's the title of the article. The title tells us what we're going to read about. It says Super Ants. That's the title. We have a heading, and the heading is usually located at the top of any page in any text, and it tells you what the page is going to be about. So the heading in this article is An Ant Can Do That. Then we have subheadings. That's the little colorful ones above each section. A subheading, it goes under the main heading and it tells what you're going to read about in a smaller portion of the text. So ants are strong is a subheading, ants are fast is a subheading, ants work together is a subheading, and ants talk by smell is a subheading. Then we have pictures with diagrams or pictures with labels. So this is a picture with a label. There's an ant with jaws. So this text feature is called Picture with Label, and it helps you to understand what you're reading about. And then we have down here another picture with different labels to show us the different body parts of an ant.